game now. It's already kicking off.
Oh yeah, no breaks. We're still going. Let's get into Spain versus Ukraine now, which I believe just started.
I think it did. There are some concurrent games going on, which you can see on the other OWC live channels. So many games today, and a lot of them are overlapping. I believe Turkey versus Italy has gone all the way, but we'll see what happens there. We'll keep you up to date.
Yeah, this schedule has been quite complicated with all these matches packed all at the same time. And even worse, half of them are going to tiebreakers.
They're all going so long.
Yeah, but we are going to be getting into Spain versus Ukraine here. I mean, two teams that show a lot of potential. Spain kind of on the come up as well. Antonio noticeably getting a lot better this year, and having a little bit more of a team to support him. And I mean, on the Ukraine side, I mean, we've seen a lot of things from players that have already been doing things. You know, Criterion, One Max, Net Why Not, Dench. Those players have been there before. You know, we kind of know what they're capable of. But I mean, last round when they played, it was actually all about RAFGPO, who showed a really, really incredible performance. So pretty curious to see if he's able to recreate that on this new pool. Oh, looks like we're already in the bans. All right.
Oh, what we got then? Spain banning No Mod 3 and Ukraine banning the No Mod 2. So 2 No Mod bans coming out of here.
And DT2 immediately picked for Spain, right? Yes.
Yep, looking like it. Yeah, the Ukraine game that they played last week was...
That was really fast. They're already good. Okay.
Okay, let's go. But yeah, the Ukraine game against China was absolutely incredible. Ukraine, they're strong and they've built a nice roster, but no one expected them to go all the way against China, a very strong early game team. Spain, though, are very capable themselves, but going into this, you feel if Ukraine play like that, it's going to be a tricky one for Spain, but with it being, you know, a loser's bracket situation, last chance saloon, that can play into things a little bit different. We've seen Ukraine do that before. After that South Korea match a couple of years ago, they crumbled a little bit in the loser's bracket. We'll see if they can hold the nerves better this year.
Yeah, and I do believe this is also a lower bracket match, so pretty important match for both of these teams. Maybe their last one.
We were talking about Ukraine building a squad over the last few years, but Spain have been as well, and they have been consistently improving every single year. A lot of their players getting, a lot more higher ranked players coming in, a lot of their players playing more tournaments through the year. They've been on a gradual uphill climb as well. So again, there's going to be big things hoped for Spain and the Spanish fans watching here. And there is every chance they could take this one and make a nice little run for themselves. I mean, a lot's been said about Antonio and some of his exploits in tournaments. But the rest of the team is starting to put together very nicely as well.
Yeah, it's quite nice to see when the rest of the team is certainly there. I don't even think this team has a clear MVP. Yeah, if you had to choose one, it would probably be Antonio, but it's not by much. A lot of players are stepping up at different areas for Spain. This is, I think, with their seeding, they may have had a little bit of an unfortunate rapport in the first round. Now this should be maybe a little bit of a closer match for them, so that I think they might be able to show that off a little better. And here we go, we do get into DT2. And this being, again, one of the easier maps in the pool. Seems like it's a popular, like, warm-up, I suppose. It's been first picked a lot. I think it's not a lot to catch you on this, so.
Yeah, it's always good to start off with just some of the tap-ins, some of the streams. The sort of the map that's, like, least likely to get silly aim misses on your first pick, right?
We say that, but it does catch RAF-GPO, which again was kind of the MVP for Ukraine last week.
Steady break for him there. Alvaro followed up. Guznicki as well. And Crimea, so it's just 1 FC to 3. Spain looking real good in their first pick early on. So far so good here. A couple breaks there from Spain though. Just Aberjalvan. Reverse choke, I think. But nevertheless, Ukraine going to be able to slowly reel things in now.
Yeah, it's worth noting, despite Spain still holding... Ooh, okay, probably not going to be the case anymore. Despite Spain still having the swirly here, I think Ukraine having a pretty sizable accuracy advantage here as well. I mean, they've still got Dench going strong, almost back up to 99 now as well. So they're going to slowly take this one back.
Not much in it at all though. Aberjalvan there with the break. Oh, now it really is going all the way over to that blue side. Dench with the break though. Still with them though.
There's no combo anymore anywhere. And now at the end, with a comfortable lead for Ukraine, about to take the first breakpoint here.
It's the classic reverse choke. Just miss at the start, FC everything else. RAF-GPO is going to end up with that nice combo at the end. Dench gets the MVP though. The mainstay for Ukraine. And immediate breakpoint taken here from Ukraine.
Oh, immediately. Okay. Man, these teams are coming prepared. They're just instant bans, instant picks. We're just going straight to hidden 2, apparently.
It's nice when teams are prepared, isn't it? It's nice.
No consideration. They're very decisive. They know what they want to do. Although for Spain that didn't work out. Maybe it works a little better for Ukraine this time around.
They were very capable on the low AR map last week. They were capable. Although that was, more of the aim style pick. The more reading focused one that was in qualifiers didn't go so well, but they still beat Spain's score. So everything points to this being a good pick. Some of that Tycho time, AR8.
Might be seeing some newer players?
I think that might be a rename.
Yeah, maybe that's more name changes.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Poma last week.
Have a quick look. That's net why not? The rename.
Ah.
Yeah, that's net why not.
Brand new. I love it when people renames during tournaments.
Yeah. Keeping us on our toes, Aza. But yeah, bringing net why not there, who's now known as Poma.
We can't do it, man. There's 32 teams.
See, Spain though have the username synergy. Oh, look at all those space names. Nevertheless, though, it's going to be a tricky one here for Spain, you think. I don't think AR8's particularly their favourite sort of pick. So Ukraine going with something to really unsettle them here. Zinta struggling there on the act, finding the break. Ukraine looking rock solid with their force so far. quite a short map this. Those early breaks can really hurt you.
Yeah, not too far out though. I mean, Spain's still doing okay. But again, I mean, that accuracy difference quite significant, and as they drop more FCs here, Ukraine is just going to very comfortably take this one into the ending. It'll be pretty hard for them to lose on this now. There's not much map left and basically no combo on Spain. It's just Antonio and Vicente that had an early miss, I suppose, but I mean the accuracy penalty there is quite significant as well.
Yeah, that's a rough one. It's a rough one for them. For Ukraine, making it work really well. RAFGPO and Poma finding late breaks. For Criterion, one of their hidden mainstays. Gonna keep it nice and comfortable for them. Hey, props for Vicente though. Vicente recovering nicely after really struggling, ending with a nice combo. Ignore the last stream, but it's still very nice there from Vicente. But great pick from Ukraine. 2-0 to them. Nice FC there from Criterion.
It was actually a really solid pick for them. You gotta give it to them. They knew what they would win on. They picked it immediately, and it worked out. All right, we're back. Spain's already picking. Okay.
They're so prepared.
We're speed running.
Straight into that Hard Rock 1, some of that cheat reel. The classic Karen SK aim map. Very consistent, 200 BPM, aim heavy mapping.
Yeah, the length of this pick though, definitely the most significant part of all that. It's such a consistency test. It's super simple to play for just about anyone, but playing it for 4 minutes with no mistakes, maybe a different story. Probably going to see some player changes as well here. Probably a different type of player that's going to play this one compared to low AR hidden, so both teams going to change a lot of people.
Yeah, like polar opposite to what we just played. Getting Byretchu coming in here for Spain. Enharmonia. Expect to see that name come in when it comes to this sort of mechanics-based map for Spain. Going to be getting Magnata back in for Ukraine, now known as Crimea. Magnata Gamer. Quite a long-standing name. I don't think he played last week. I don't think we saw him last week at all in that match versus China, which was an interesting one. But nevertheless, he's here for this one, so this strong team already got stronger. Now he's back this week. There's some discussions going on, trying to swap people in for this. It's like Ukraine, they're trying to convince some people to get into the lobby. Spain well prepared. Ukraine having to organise a little bit. Does usually tell you, how comfortable a team might be. I imagine you can get a few in your Dench. I was going to say Dench is probably the one.
Yeah. I mean, RAFGPO did extremely well on the hard rock picks last round. So definitely looking to see if that can be reproduced.
So it is so far so good here for Ukraine, but looking like the way this is going, Spain might have found a nice gold seam to mine here. With Ukraine having to sort a team out, taking a while. But they are prepared. They are ready to get into this. And they have mechanical players that should be able to be quite decent on this. It's a map that doesn't really let up in intensity though. Other than a couple short breaks, very consistent. 2 early breaks from Spain. Long map though. RAF struggling a bit on the accuracy in the early doors. Hasn't missed yet. A little bit of an easy part here before we get into the meat and potatoes of the matter. Ukraine in a good spot so far, but only slightly ahead on combo, so... This is really where things are going to start on this one.
Yeah, we get into the first section here, and there's some real miss potential. Dench actually going to find a miss before that section, even.
That's going to hurt Ukraine. Oh, the slider from 2 of those FCs are gone on the buzz slider. Abajalvan follows up. It's slightly with Ukraine here as the map really gets going.
Okay. Criterion will find a miss on the FC, so now there's only just 1 remaining. And it's also gone, so Spain actually now in an advantageous position. Antonio's recovered fairly well. If they can keep this a little bit longer, Berichu actually will find a miss, so it's just Antonio with any sort of combo here. It's not an FC, but it's a good opportunity to for Spain to take this back.
It is. A little bit of extra relatively free combo to make it even. Antonio is a player you really want. He's been here before, trying to carry his team. But he's up against Dench, very well versed himself. Here we go. Doesn't really let up until the end.
Dench is on that reverse choke mission right now. Got the accuracy still there. It's like the first one never even happened. Got the nerfs out of the way, so can safely presume they're gonna do well.
It's time for him to run it back. Spain aren't getting very far away. Double miss from Spain on the recovering combos. Dench with a break though. Hands it back over to Spain. The mission is incomplete for Dench. Antonio's still rocking that massive combo.
Much as we talk about the other people on Spain, sometimes things just stay the same. It's Antonio with the only combo here, and with their hopes and dreams on this map here, he's got to keep it going because it's really close.
Everyone else on Ukraine is recovering, so Antonio with a break! It's back with Ukraine! What is going on?
It's still pretty close. Nope, it's not close anymore. It's a complete collapse just in Harmonia with the combo at the end, and it's very small, so Ukraine is just going to fly away with the victory on this one at the end here. It was close until it wasn't.
Couldn't quite hold on to that advantage. Oh, it was so close for him though. Ukraine though with those 3 huge recoveries, making it nice and comfy at the end of the day. Nice run back there for Ukraine, and that's another break point for Team Ukraine. They are in a brilliant situation. It's the slider break from RAF GPO2. I think it was just a buzz slider.
Yeah, it was. I think some one buzz slider after that stream that for some reason captured a lot of people. I don't know, maybe it's a old mapping quirk. Earlier when this was played, we saw a lot of people break at the end of the slider because it lasts longer than expected. Nowadays sliders like that are like truncated, they're buffered, so the last there's an amount of time between the objects. That's not how they miss though, they just miss the snapping to it, but not going to matter. We're going to go straight, of course, straight into another map. We're speedrunning the picks. It's going to be Nomad 4.
So that Chaos Lit's tech. Streams and kick sliders. Tapping heavy tech map in Nomad. Going into more of that control, and I think that's a good thing. Take Spain away from the mechanics. Bring him into something a bit more uncomfortable. Because Ukraine have the depth to really work with things like this. You have to be wary of a couple of the Spanish players though. Again, talking about Antonio and this sort of thing. He could do some work. He did extremely well on the tech map in the qualifiers. There's quite a bit different to this, though. I don't think Ukraine played the number 4 last week, though. Spain did. They did, and perhaps Ukraine saw that and think they can take him out on it. Again, that was a very different map as well. That one was very slider heavy.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know. A lot of people are going to be pretty on and off with this pick. It's a very alternative type of tech, I would say. It's not what you'd usually find. It doesn't have all that slider aim that people are used to. It's a little bit more of like a maybe like a forgotten style. It's like tech from like 5 years ago, maybe, or something like that, where it just mostly has some amount of rhythm complexity, but the map itself isn't too complicated. It's got a lot of snap aim, that's for sure.
You're right, so in a lot of the No Mod 4s were more about the kick sliders and the tapping rhythm, as you said.
Yeah.
It's an older style. A lot of things about the pools in OWC this year have been sort of how you'd see in certain maps a couple of years ago.
What happens when you appoint a boomer as the head puller?
I suppose, yeah. Oh, Spain. Oh no, no FCs already. A lot of breaks from Spain. Ukraine still holding 4 FCs. Net Why Not, now known as Poma, coming in for this one.
Yeah, they're looking so much more comfortable on this one. I mean, Spain already kind of had a complete collapse. It's pretty hard to recover from that. I mean, okay, well, they're finding misses again. So it looks a little bit more reasonable now, but it's still a pretty tall mountain to climb for Spain.
It's only RAF GPO left. Antonio against RAF GPO. It's still with Ukraine. But not nearly as comfortable now. There goes RAF GPO, nothing left. Antonio with 600 combo. So many breaks across the board. It's so critical. Antonio holds. He does not. He breaks on the slider, I think. And that is not good for Spain here for any sort of comeback. Final drop here. Dench and Criterion recovering very nicely. Ukraine have the edge on everything. 3-way reset on Spain. That hurts for them. That's gotta be it for this one. Just Enharmonia holding through there. And even he breaks.
It's a pretty good pick for Ukraine, honestly. I mean, I'm going to refer to this again because it's always a good indication of how good or how comfortable teams actually are. But noticeable accuracy difference in favor of Ukraine on that one. Maybe a very well-researched pick, who knows? But certainly worked out in their favor. Massive point gap for that one. And now they're staring at match point. Off the back of some pretty good plays. I mean, actually, a couple of slider breaks for all of their players were pretty close to having some FCs. Unfortunately, none, but didn't even need any.
I mean, just 1 misses, 2 misses. That's all you need. Yeah, great pick. Great pick. Really caught Spain off guard. Looked a bit scary in the middle there. Antonio had an opportunity, but wasn't to be.
More speedrunning. Okay.
Let's go. It's almost like we might get a little bit of a break before the next game. Assuming Ukraine managed to wrap this one up with another breakpoint win. But will they? Spain going in with more mechanics again.
After seeing that Australia-Romania game, I don't trust it. Anything can happen. Watch yourself.
I mean, the way that last one went, Ukraine were playing with fire, so... yeah. Will the DT aim work here for Spain? They need it to stay in this tournament now. Bringing in the Space Name crew once again, and Mario Bro for this DNB aim heavy high AR DT pick. 260 odd BPM. Quite bursty, but mostly about the DT aim.
Spain's got to at least take this one. I think they were also 0-5 against South Korea last week. So they have yet to win a map in OWC. So they got to take at least one.
This has got to be the opportunity for it. It's been a rough draw for Spain with the opponents they've gotten. But if there's one they're going to take, it has to be this. They had some good scores in the DT1 in qualifiers. 2 FCs on that. Scores were very close between the two teams on that. So if there's anything to get back into this is a very good choice to do it.
And apparently, thanks to the language speakers in chat, apparently Poma's name is Roman. I guess Forbidden Philic.
Ah, I see. Okay, well, the multilingual bonus. Cheers, chat. That's Roman, formerly known as Net Why Not.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Net Why Not.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a couple years of muscle memory to undo for that one. Ukraine looking to close this one out pretty convincingly. That is really good match so far.
Double break from Spain there. I think it might be. Followed up from Net Why Not. Just Antonio left now for Spain. 3 FCs to 1 in favour of Ukraine. Accuracy is right down for a couple of the Spanish players.
It's looking grim.
It is looking grim for Spain. As long as they have an Antonio, they have a way. But on a DT1 pick, Ukraine are going to be not too uncomfortable. They do find a break in 1 max. 2 FCs to 1. Dench on DT1 is scary though. RAF GPO has shown up so much for the players you want. Spanish players have settled. Oh, did you find a break on Manolo though? Still not looking good. 500,000 score. 2 FCs still to 1. The curtain is closing on Spain's OWC run now.
Ukraine definitely making a statement with this one. It's a little bit one-sided.
It is. Some of the Spain's backing players are really struggling. Antonio doing everything he can. RAF GPO FCing. Dench doing something.
Surely. There it is.
There it is. I dare not say it, but he did it. That's the SS from Dench. That is vintage Dench.
There's no better way to close that one out from Dench. That's going to be it for this match. Spain is unfortunately going to be out of the tournament. This is a loser's bracket match. Ukraine with a very, very convincing victory over them. It looks like their opponent is not quite yet decided yet, I believe. It's going to be the loser of Poland versus Brazil, which is later today.
Oh, it's a tough matchup either way for Ukraine, but they're on good form. I wouldn't put it past them to pull an upset there, because this one was very, very dominant. Very well played from Ukraine. Kept rock solid, picked very well into Spain. Really discombobulated them a little bit. But that's for Spain.
A little bit of a dark horse, honestly, considering their seeding. I mean, it's pretty rough. I mean, they've got a very high quality of players on this team this year, and they've shown that they can play. Kind of wondering how they're going to scale up to the pools after this, since I'm not sure. There isn't really a precedent for Ukraine. I think they haven't been far in OWC in quite a long time. So not super sure how, their entire roster is going to hold up to the harder pools. Pretty interested in seeing that. But I mean, considering their opponents, I think it's going to be quite rough. I mean, they've shown to do good things this week against Spain. Very dominant last week as well against China was a very, very good match played from them. Unfortunately, they didn't win that one, but they came very close. So I don't know. They have a pretty interesting path next week. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but it's going to be interesting to look at.